One of them was we said it would be a golden year for gold. And of course, gold went up, some 27% last year. It's up about 11, 12% now. We said that the Israel and Ukraine war would keep ramping up and it would do damage on a lot of different levels, and it has. Never before has one of our top trends for the new year been wild card. Anything could happen. And there's the Trump card playing the wild card. It's the Joker's wild. Look at all that's going on. Never before in modern American history has somebody taken office and done so many different things, all these executive orders he signed. The wild card is dealt. And I say that because of the truth. When I'm elected, I'm going to end that Ukraine war in 24 hours. When I get elected, the first day I'm in there, I'm going to put 25% tariffs on Mexico and China. I'm going to put them back on March 4th. See, it's the wild card. And then that Israel war, Israel's bombs away over Syria. They violated the ceasefire agreement in Lebanon. You're not allowed to talk about that. And now they're talking about ramping it up against Iran. If that happens, again, the wild card, the whole game changes. And you'll see oil prices skyrocket. So you don't know what's going to happen in those kind of fields. Going back to one of our trends, a dot-com bust 2.0. Let's go back a month ago. All of a sudden, yay, I never heard of a DeepSeek before. Well, you're hearing it now. Oh, what's DeepSeek? Oh, they're this AI Chinese company that, no, you don't need those big NVIDIA chips. So what did NVIDIA stock go down on Thursday? 8%? Yeah, after they came out with their better than expected earnings. No, they weren't that good. Here's the deal. Trends are born, they grow, they mature, reach old age, and die. The AI trend has just been born. It was born in 2022. We're only in 2025 now. Do you invest everything you're going to invest in the first company that's the top of it? That's like investing in the first automobile in 1886. This is going to be the company and nobody else is going to be there. We're investing everything in this model. And that's what they've done. In this whole AI, where trillions of dollars are being invested, they're going for the first model that's been invented. And now the Chinese came out with a different model. Nope, doesn't cost $100 million. We could do it at a fraction of the cost, maybe $6 million. Don't need those big chips. Oh, we don't need these big power plants that you're building to make those big chips. Out of the news, let's go back to 2000, 25 years ago. Slimeball Bill Clinton brings China into the World Trade Organization. Back then, look up the data. 10% of 18-year-olds in China went to college. Now, after 25 years of being into the World Trade Organization and their economy going in directions they would have never dreamt of before, because if you look at their GDP from 1970 to 2000, it's like that. And then it shoots straight up. Now, nearly 70% of 18-year-olds in China are going to college. What does this have to do with AI? Everything. Young people are AI, high-tech addicted. Now you got 1.4 billion of Chinese people compared to 330 million Americans? China, we are forecasting, is going to be the world leader in AI and high-tech. And that's going to bring down these companies that have overinvested in AI. And that's going to cause a dot-com bust. And this is your Trends Journal. This is fall of 1999. Dot-com overload will short-circuit many high expectations for huge profits in internet commerce, entertainment, and a wide array of dot-com services. Following the holiday season, many of today's high-flying internet stocks, the hottest IPOs and newly emerging IPO wannabes, will have begun their deep descent from their overvalued heights. And we said by mid-2000, the fallout from the falling dot-coms will have worked its way through Wall Street. It fell in March of 2000, exactly when we said it would. The NASDAQ went down 80%. The internet revolution was just born in the 1990s. There was overinvestment and over-speculation. It didn't mean it was going to end. And that brought the dot-com bust. AI is the future. Love it, hate it, want it, wish it, whatever. It's the future. But it's just been born. You don't invest in the companies of the new baby. You invest in the ones that are expanding. So we're going to look for a dot-com bust, which again will crash the equity markets. When the equity markets crash, gold prices will skyrocket. We said there's going to be a correction. Nothing goes straight up or straight down. We could see it go down $200. and now it's down over $100. But the long term, we're bullish on it. And what's going to make it more bullish, they're going to lower interest rates as the economy goes down. Housing starts are way down. Consumer sales are way down. Consumer sentiment in the United States is at its worst level since the depth of the COVID war in 2021 when everything was locked down. So they're going to do everything they can to lower interest rates. The lower interest rates go, the lower the dollar falls. The lower the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go. Well, it's the human spirit. I mean, it's already happened before AI. Everybody's on their phone. They don't talk to you. I got this to do. You see couples eating dinner together on their phone. People walking down the street, they're on their phone. Again, the mental derangement. Young people are totally addicted. It's a whole different world. They say in the King James Bible, the meek shall inherit the earth. They misspelt it. The geeks have inherited the earth. Look at these little freaky nothings. A little Zuckerberg, a little peach eye, one little jerk of nothing. Gates. It's the world today. All those little nothings. The people in government are the lowest pieces of crap you could find. These are scum. You can't get a job in the real world, and they suck into the political system. So what they're doing in getting rid of all of this worthless stuff is great. But there's two sides to the story that they're not talking about. And it was so I'm not anti-Italian when I talk about this guy by the name of Mussolini. He called the merger of state and corporate powers fascism. Welcome to America. You're not a billionaire. Shut your damn mouth. You can't see the president. Hey, I'm the richest man in the world. I'm Musk. I'll tell you what to do. Oh, you got this Doge going on over there? How much money did you make off the government? $38 billion worth of deals? The bigs get all the breaks. Yeah, they're doing away with all this other stuff while the bigs, hey, you want to build something? Yeah, we give you a tax break. We give you a grant. We give you a loan. You're a big. We'll do anything for you. So the bigs are getting bigger. Yeah, I agree with everything they're doing, but how about the other side of the deal? People call it a government. I call it a crime syndicate. I'm Jamie Dimon. All right, I've been convicted of 5 felonies. My JP Morgan Chase. We don't go to jail. We do anything we want. Oh, we caused the panic of '08 when we saw those derivatives and subprime mortgages. What did the Federal Reserve do? They only bailed us out $29 trillion to the banks. They're murderers and thieves. What's your favorite war? Look at the little low-life pieces of shit. Look at their faces. How could you look up to a little clown like Macron, a little cazzone with a pecker like that? Maybe, if he got one. Little Starmer boy over there, a little jerk-off over there in the UK, and put an F, a C, and a U in that UK. The little clown he just got over there in Germany elected. What was he with the BlackRock before? One of those money firms? BlackRock. Yeah, we're buying up everything. When I was a young guy, there were none of these private equity group, venture capitalists. None of this shit existed. Hedge funds. One little scumbag after another telling you what to do. So bend over and be a good boy. Oh, don't raise your voice, Celente. You're still in kindergarten. Do what you're told. Stand 6 feet apart. The wind blows exactly at 6 feet. Won't get COVID. Won't get COVID. Look at the little clowns running the show. And now you got the clown of the clowns. You got Trump at the lead. I had lunch with his brother, Robert, in 2017. And he went on to tell me that when the father died, he left the family over at $500 million worth of real estate. Trump is nothing more than a little spoiled daddy's boy. Oh, like that little clown we got up here in Canada, little Justin Trudeau. There used to be this comedian, George Carlin. He said it's one big club and you ain't in it. That's all it is. You got all these people that are going to be losing their jobs. Guess what? They're going to be losing their homes too. You're going to start seeing a lot of foreclosures. Now I'm going to give you a trend that nobody else is talking about, and it has to do with this. An office building bust and the banks go bust. When they locked down everything for 3 years, basically, to fight the COVID war and made people work at home, the work at home trend did not go away. Some 20%, according to Moody's, of the office buildings in America are vacant. Your office occupancy rate, according to Castle's system, is around 51%. Now, 5 years later, now these leases are all coming up. They weren't coming up back then. Now they're coming due. There are between $2 to $4 trillion worth of commercial real estate loans coming due this year and next year. You're going to start seeing foreclosure. They're not going to be able to pay their debt. The banks don't have the dough to cover it. So let's go back to 2023. 3 banks went bust in America: Signature, First Republic, and Silicon Valley Bank. Gold prices skyrocketed and the markets were crashing. Last year, a building in Midtown Manhattan, 50th Street. In 2006, the building sold for over $300 million. It went up for auction. It was sold for $8.5 million. They're non-convertible, these buildings they built in the last 50 years. So those are the other things to look at. And now what they're doing with firing all these federal workers is going to make a very bad situation worse, particularly in the DC area and where all these federal buildings are throughout the country. Trump is on both sides, a strong dollar, weak dollar, but the United States is still the major reserve currency. And it's not going to happen until BRICS makes something happen. And there's a wild card. The real United States debt is around $220 trillion when you put in Social Security, all the money that they owe. It's not 36, 37 trillion. Now they're talking about, we're going to go into Fort Knox. We're talking about gold and the dollar. I'll tell you a story. When I was a kid, my father, may he rest in peace, out of nowhere, he said to me, he said, it was 1933. I went over to see you, and your grandfather was packing up all his gold. He had a load of gold coins. I said, Pop, what are you doing? And my grandfather said to my father, President Roosevelt wants our gold back, and I'm an American citizen. I'm proud to be an American, and I'm giving my gold back to America. My father said to him, what, are you out of your mind? Don't do that. He said, your grandfather started cursing at me in Italian. He wouldn't stop. My grandfather turned the gold in. They paid them $20, I think it was like 84 cents an ounce. 1935, they passed the Gold Reserve Act. They drove the price of gold up 70% to $35 an ounce. So after they stole it from the people, they jacked up the price. Now I'm going back to what Trump's going to do. They're talking about going into Fort Knox. They've been there. They know what the deal is. I think they're going to come out and say Fort Knox is loaded with gold, and we're going to increase the price of gold to $5,000 an ounce. Jack it up another 70%. They did it before. They'll do it again. And this way we get rid of our debt. I thought the markets would crash in 2012. They didn't teach me about zero interest rate policy or a made-up thing called quantitative easing in Economics 101 or graduate school. They'll make up any crap they want.